This is part 2 of 3 in our exploration of the practice. In the last episode, you got the mindset with which you'll implement the practice to make it most effective. You also got an overview of how you'd use it. Today, you'll get the step-by-step, nitty-gritty details. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Self-Control from Fitness to Flourishing. I've organized the practice into 3 phases. I've labeled these as if you're doing a workout. There's a warm-up, the workout itself, and a cool-down. What can I say? Fitness and exercise is my life. So you're going to start with the warm-up. First, review your preferred self. This is the person you have committed to being for the next 84 days. Second, review the 3. These are the 3 preferred indifferents, the goals you have, that you have committed to realizing for the next 84 days. Third, review the calendar. These are the time-specific tasks you have scheduled for the day. I recommend using an online calendar. It's the most accessible and easiest to modify. Fourth, review the realization. This is the prioritized list of tasks for the day, organized on a Kanban board and perhaps synced to your calendar. In the episode, The Most Effective To-Do List You Can Write, I described the PREMAC principle. This is how you'll prioritize any tasks that aren't tied to a specific time during the day. And finally, 5th, recite the Stoic Strength Reserve Clause. This is what I'm realizing today. Whatever happens, I exercise virtuous self-control in the moment of choice. Things will go wrong, and with this reserve clause, you will keep yourself focused on operating with excellence, whatever the circumstances. With that done, you move into the workout itself. First, mini-prime your mind and begin the first set of the workout. That is the first task of the day. To review how to mini-prime, check out Unlocking Daily Success, The Power of Mini-Priming. Second, when the task is completed or the scheduled time is up, repeat step 1 until all tasks are completed or you have arrived at the cool-down. Use the discipline explained in episode 18, when appropriate, to reinforce consistency and redirect inconsistency relevant to the realization. At the end of the workout, you come to the cool down. First, review the realization just done. Second, review the master capture list. This is a list to capture any random ideas or tasks that occur to you during the day. It's a list within the Kanban board. Add any appropriate tasks to appropriate spaces from the master capture list within the practice itself. Third, preview the calendar tasks you have planned for tomorrow, looking up to 1 week ahead to get the full context. Fourth, preview the realization planned for tomorrow, looking up to 1 week ahead as well to get the full context. Fifth, adjust tomorrow's calendar and realization in context of all the above. And sixth, complete today's Stoic Strength Training Journal entries. I'll go into that in tomorrow's episode. Some things to keep in mind. Include flex time in your planning to stay adaptable to any possible change in conditions. Depending on your experience, you'll have an idea of what could go wrong. If you have no experience, you can ask someone who does, or just learn as you take action. Either way, always keep in mind Murphy's Law. Some common examples of what I mean. Travel time, someone else's response time to a request that you make, weather conditions, technology glitches. When planning your day, do as much thinking up front as possible. Include those thoughts in writing for each task as needed. This allows you to take action when it's time for action. Some examples of what to include. phone numbers, email, or actual addresses. Questions to ask or steps to take during the task, or supplies that you'll need. These will be reviewed in the morning to ensure you don't forget anything. With these included in the task details, you won't waste time looking for them in the moment of action. With our phones, tablets, and laptops ever present, it's an easy click to make use of these details even as we scan the next task we're tackling. When completing tasks, make note of lessons learned or anything that will streamline the process next time. These can be consolidated with the end of the day review and filed where appropriate. The aim of the practice is that you plan well, take action without hesitation or distraction, and learn from the experiences to become highly skilled in living your values while realizing your goals. 2 quotes I've been sitting on for a while that are relevant here. Begin quote. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. End quote. That's from Jim Rohn. The second one, begin quote, peak performance is a checklist. It's the fortitude to get up every day and complete every goal on that checklist and repeat. End quote. That's from Stephen Kotler. Now, life isn't necessarily a game of who can be the most efficient with every minute. Peak performance may not be your goal, but when it comes to achieving cherished goals, getting quality work done, or dealing with life's challenges, efficiency makes for effectiveness. And you're always free to plan for much needed rest and recovery, a leisurely chat with a friend over brunch, or just sitting under the shade of a tree. I don't know about you, but when I find myself scrambling to keep on top of things, those leisurely brunches can have my brain distracting me with the work I need to be doing instead of enjoying the moment. When I put effort into organizing my time, the rest is sweeter and the leisure feels well earned. That said, our time is limited. We don't know how much of it we have. Epictetus put this in perspective for his students over 2,000 years ago. Begin quote, how much longer will you delay before you think yourself worthy of what is best? You're no longer a youth. If you're now negligent and idle and are constantly making one delay after another and setting one day and then another as the date after which you'll devote proper attention to yourself, then you'll fail to appreciate that you're making no progress, but will continue to be a layman your whole life through until you die. End quote. Harsh, but fair. That's it for today. Catch you next time.